Hello. Say hello. Good talk.
Hi.
This is a podcast. It's a Survivor Series post-show podcast. Woo. If you're not wondering how boring this show was, you can tell by the tone of my voice. And the tone of the other two guys in the call, which is Hunter and Jonesy. Jonesy's about riding in the streets because he doesn't want to do a podcast, but we're going to do it anyway. But, anyway.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. Survivor Series ended about an hour ago. And if you've been keeping score, it was, according to Twitter, it was one of the worst pay-per-views in some time. That being said, let's put this into perspective. The longest match of the evening was the second 5-on-5 elimination match, which should tell you something about the booking of this show. But anyway, first match of the evening was on the pre-show. Team Stardust, which was Stardust, The Miz, Bo Dallas, and the Ascension, versus Team Goldust, which was Goldust, the Dudley Boys, Neville, and Titus O'Neil. I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb and say Darren Young is injured. Otherwise, he's probably gay. Unless he's hiding in the corner because of that apparent terror attack that's supposed to happen. But if he actually didn't want to be there because of that, he looks pretty freaking retarded. But yeah, Goldust is back, so we're probably gonna get a Stardust Goldust feud at TLC. Your winners of the match in 18 minutes and 1 second. Your sole survivors: Goldust, the Dudley Boys, and Titus O'Neil. Anybody got any quick thoughts on this?
I didn't even
really.
watch this match. Sorry.
You didn't watch this match? It wasn't really anything to get the crowd entertained.
I watched The Undertaker in the main event, and I was ready to just shoot myself in the head after that.
Well, let's be honest. The matches weren't that good. Yes.
Oh, before we continue any further, the WWE network sucks dick. The streaming service is shit.
You just not realize that during a live stream?
No, I'm just reiterating. It's shit. It's been shit for months now.
Watch the video on demand stuff isn't that bad. If you really sit down and watch the stuff on there.
Well, the non-live stuff is probably just fine.
Yeah. Well, TakeOver is next month, so hopefully it doesn't do anything on that end. Okay, here we go. Match number 1 of the actual pay-per-view. Championship Tournament semi-final match. Alberto Del Rio versus Roman Reigns. I couldn't tell from the crowd, but according to the report, the crowd was more behind Del Rio than Roman. Which is saying something, because people still don't care for Del Rio for some reason. I don't know though. But your winner of the match and advancing to the finals, Roman Reigns, in 14 minutes and 4 seconds. Your thoughts? Well, your thoughts, Jonesy, because Hunter didn't watch this part.
I barely pay attention to this match. So, it's crap. After
the match, JoJo interviews Reigns backstage. Ambrose shows up and congratulates him on the win. Reigns wants it to be friends in the finals. Ambrose leaves and Kevin Owens shows up. Owens says Roman's been close before, but hasn't got it done. He says he will be in the finals. And then Roman says Ambrose is going to beat the crap out of him, believe that. Which leads into match number 2 in the semifinals. Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens. With your winner in 11 minutes and 18 seconds, Dean Ambrose.
Two people who can wrestle?
Surprising.
Wow.
Surprising. 411 Mania gives us a 4.25 stars.
Woo.
Yes. Undertaker video package, blah blah blah. Match number 3, which is the second elimination match. Team Ryback, which is comprised of Ryback, the Usos, and the Lucha Dragons.
Whoa.
Taking on the New Day, Sheamus, and King Barrett. Which, the heels came out to the New Day theme, and I don't know what Sheamus said at the beginning of that promo, but they all gave him dirty looks.
It's like it's time to get jiggy with it.
I didn't catch that. But Xavier Woods had a James Brown-like hairdo.
It was amazing. It was beautiful.
Can we just put New Day, Sheamus, and Barrett all in the same stable? It'd be amazing.
Even Barrett was getting into it. He was dancing too.
By the way, speaking of Barrett, he had an Austin Aries Johnny Gargano look going. I was kind of terrified at this. Your winners and sole survivors of this match: Ryback, Jey Uso, and Kalisto in 17 minutes and 33 seconds. By the way,
New Day left during the match.
New Day walked out on Sheamus. But yeah, that was a thing. That match was full of high spots and much better than the first elimination match by far. Match number 4 for the Divas Championship. Charlotte defending against Paige. What y'all think about this match?
It was a thing.
It was much better than Charlotte and Nikki Bella last month.
Oh God.
That's for sure. It was a lot of head spots, giggity.
Yeah.
And a lot of working on the leg. I'm surprised Charlotte didn't do the figure 8 sooner, because all she kept doing was the figure 4. But yeah. Your winner and still Divas champion in 14 minutes and 14 seconds, Charlotte.
And a really, really weird ending. The crowd was extremely quiet for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that crowd wasn't very good from what I saw tonight.
It was bad. It was boring, and they should never have a pay-per-view in Atlanta again.
Well, it also didn't help that they probably didn't care about why the feud was going on in the first place.
Yeah, that was pretty weak. That was a pretty weak card for the pay-per-view, I think.
Yeah, they should have did the tournament in the same night. Probably would have went a lot better.
They strung it out way too much. No one cared about it anymore by the end of it.
Yeah. If it would have been like I was telling people, what they could have done the first round, 10 minutes, they could have had 8 guys. First round's 10 minutes, semifinals 15, and the finals 30. There you go.
Yeah. Or they could have done like triple threats and,
yeah.
you know.
JoJo speaks to Ambrose. He says he's Roman's friend, but tonight's for the belt he's going to fight. And then they do the fist bump, which leads into Dolph Ziggler versus Tyler Breeze. Which Dolph Ziggler looked more and more like Bret Michaels every week. Terrible. But your winner of this match is Tyler Breeze in 6 minutes and 39 seconds. Meh.
Eh.
Yeah. One of the matches we're all looking forward to tonight. The Undertaker and Kane versus the Wyatts. 2 members of the Wyatts.
I missed the Taker's entrance because of the shitty network, so
well,
I'm disappointed.
Kane came out first, did his pyro, which led to Undertaker coming out.
All I saw was the big wooden thing on the Titantron.
Yeah. They teased Rowan getting in the match first. He got taken out, which became Wyatt Harper. What y'all think of the match itself?
It was kind of meh.
This match
It was pretty.
It was a thing.
I don't think it was that great, really.
It
was like 10 minutes long.
Yeah, it was 10 minutes. It probably could have been better if it was a hardcore match.
I just didn't really like it very much.
I thought it was going to be a 4-on-2.
Yeah, so did I. I thought it was going to be 4-on-3 because they were talking about having Sting in it too. But apparently not. For one Mania says it was incredibly one-sided, blah blah blah. The Wyatts come off looking like total chumps. Undertaker and Kane wins in 10 minutes and 19 seconds. They do the puzzle on the way out, blah blah blah. And the finals of the WWE World Title Tournament: Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns. Fastest World Championship match that doesn't end in a burial in quite some time.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns wins in 9 minutes.
How long was that?
9 minutes.
Jesus.
For a non-squash, like Sheamus beating Bryan in however many seconds. For a standard match, this was the shortest in quite some time. The match ended at 10:30. So you're essentially flirting with a half hour of something that happened. Which was stupid, because the ending segment of that was 20 minutes long. And you could have seen that something was happening because the referee was out there way too long. Anyway,
Confetti for nothing.
yeah, confetti. Triple H comes out to congratulate him, braces his famous victory, tries to go for the handshake, but Roman declines. Roman ends up
Spears
spearing,
him.
ends up spearing him, and then runs into a bro kick.
My God.
Sheamus goes to cash in. Roman kicks out at 2. Roman gets up, ducks a clothesline, tries to go for the spear, and eats another bro kick. And your new World Heavyweight Champion at 34 seconds, the Sheamus.
Sheamus.
Sheamus is Triple H's new authority guy.
Well, he's just gonna drop it to Reigns, so it's not even like a big deal.
Yeah, and then I'd like to point out after the pay-per-view ended, they had like 2 to 3 minutes of Roman just standing in the ring or sitting in the ring, and then having him walk out.
Well, apparently he left the ring crying.
Yeah. And the crowd was booing him.
That's sad.
But they turned on his music so they could pipe it out.
That's really sad if you have to pipe out the boos by turning on the music.
Yeah.
Like, they should know by now that nobody likes Roman Reigns. And they're gonna sit there and pipe out the boos. Even when the show's off air. The show's technically off air. And you're still
there was no reason to end the pay-per-view, then immediately come back to him.
Yeah, but there's no reason to pipe out the boos if you're technically off air.
It's your own freaking network. You didn't have to do that.
Yeah. But WWE Network is stupid about their network anyway. They have time constraints on their own thing. But I guess it's for pay-per-view, the pay-per-view network, whatever. And people are not happy that Reigns lost the belt. I'm seeing on Twitter and everything else, nobody's happy. Yeah, that's better than Ambrose or Reigns turning heel. So I don't. Makes no sense to me. But what is your overall consensus on the pay-per-view, Jonesy?
Not very good.
I've had better bowel movements.
Better bowel moments. Oh,
yes.
And they did the most overplayed national anthem in existence.
I was eating while I missed that, so.
They had Lillian Garcia sing the national anthem at the beginning of the show, and he had the version of the song with the drums, like a band was playing it. And she was getting all into it, like it was like something actually happened.
Really?
Yeah, it was a little drawn out. Because they were talking about having a terror attack because some bunch of internet hacker nerds said the terrorist group was going to attack the arena, which never really happened. Apparently, there were full body scanners 25 feet from each door, and there was a lot of Atlanta police and SWAT gear. So, if anything were to happen, they would have caught it by then. So, I don't, it's whatever. But, I'll give it, 3 skulls out of 10, because the more entertaining matches were the second elimination match and the Undertaker match. But that match could have been a lot better. If you're going to squash the Wyatts, you should have just had Rowan and Strowman in there, instead of those two. But, yeah. It's been a fast count review. We're done, as you can tell. But, we're done. So, we'll see you guys next time. Say bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Yeah.